Danielle, greetings from Toronto. Great to see you. How are you?
You too. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. First of all, I absolutely love this movie. This is right in my wheelhouse because I love opera, I love music, I love everything. And I wanted to know for you, you've done so many different things so far in your career. What excited you about this one and to play Millie?
Honestly, I loved the script. I loved how like kind of quirky the dialogue was, which
Yes.
I thought would be really fun to play with in like a rom-com kind of setting. And also I kind of one thing that really drew me in was when I read the script, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm right for this. And they were like, no, I mean they want to meet with you. And I was like, oh, it's funny when I read a script that absolutely doesn't have a description of a character. It's just literally a person. And I was like,
Interesting.
it's always interesting kind of for them to choose a plus size woman to just play a human being, which is shocking. I mean, obviously that is life, but we don't often do that in Hollywood. So it was honestly really fun to I just absolutely love Ben and how he just really is like, I'm choosing the person that I
Yeah.
see in the role. It like has absolutely nothing to do with anything else. And it's kind of was just really fun and very refreshing.
Well, you were fantastic. And I got to tell you, how does one prepare to become an operatic singer, really? Like if you especially that you don't have that background, right?
Yes. Yes, I do not have that background. Honestly, the first thing I did was go and see an opera straight
Yeah.
away. I went to one in LA, and then I was shooting in Montreal right before this film. So I also saw one in Montreal,
Yeah.
which was really fun. And then, oh, my cat is
That's
making an
okay.
appearance.
That's
We're
okay.
just gonna keep jumping around.
All
But
right.
basically it was just one of those things where I started watching clips and YouTube videos of operas and opera singers and different songs. And I also started working with a singing teacher to just kind of understand my own voice and how to sing these songs that they selected for me.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting because I'm not a trained singer.
Yeah.
So, and I knew I was going to have to perform on the day. I knew they were going to replace my voice in post with a professional opera singer, obviously,
Right.
but I still had to perform it on the day. And that was absolutely terrifying to me. But
What's
yeah,
more terrifying, singing this or with Dolly Parton?
oof. I don't even have an answer for that. Both were absolutely terrifying, but probably Dolly, because I was like, wow, yeah, yeah, that
Because it
was
was
terrifying.
Dolly. It was
It was,
Dolly.
and I also didn't really know what I was getting into when I did that. I just showed up to a recording studio and they're like, sing this. I was like,
Right.
what? I can't. I'm not prepared for this.
But she's a sweetheart and she puts everybody at ease. So that's a
That did
positive.
happen.
But when
Yes.
you, as you said, Danielle, opera is not something that you can just like wake up and go, I want to be an opera singer. Like, and as we see this in the film, I mean, it's a little heightened in the film and so, but
Yeah.
there's so much work that has to go, that you have to go through. What was the thing that maybe, you learned the most about what these opera singers go through, and how they like preserve their voice? It's a very unique talent.
Yes, it really, really is. I mean, there is so much training that goes into it, so much preparation. I know that there's so many different tactics for like keeping your voice at optimum levels, like which even includes like vocal rest and yeah, all kinds of different tonics and stuff. And honestly, it's absolutely amazing what the commitment that
Yeah.
opera singers have to, I mean, all singers really, but it's really amazing. And just the performance aspect of it, like when people are doing shows, they're traveling all around kind of the world doing these different shows. You're
Right.
in different cities all the time and you're singing insane songs every night. And the performance aspect, like there's always death in opera, like come on, like
Always.
when there were always a tragedy. They're putting so much emotion into it every single night. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is a lot of energy and commitment. And they love it.
Yeah, it is beautiful. And it's funny too, because, I'm not one to like, I don't really like to sit in a full up opera, but as I was watching this film, I'm going, I recognized every tune. Like I was singing along.
Yeah.
Some of them are so famous that you just don't realize how often you do hear them. Was
Yes.
did you have one in particular that maybe is your favorite now?
Um, so I mean, this one's so typical. It's but Figaro, I loved, but I really loved it because of Hugh. Like his performance of
Oh,
that
so
at
good.
the end, he's amazing at it. Like his bouncing back and forth. It's also such a fun one because it's
Yeah.
so incredibly quick and then it goes so high and long.
Yeah.
And I just think it's completely vocal gymnastics. And he was so good at it. And like I got to just stand there staring at him and I was like, yeah, this is performance of a lifetime. And I think that's always going to be my favorite for that reason.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I like that one too. Okay, so I just don't know how you got through any of your scenes with Joanna Lumley, especially the scene when you're learning and she's touching your face. And I'm howling watching this. How do you get through that as an actor?
I'm trying not to laugh is what I'm trying to do. Let's be very real about that. I'm just trying not to laugh, but she's such a good sport and she's so good with it. She's just like, okay, so this is how I would grab her. Great, go. And I'm like, okay. But it was honestly, it was really fun. It was just so fun working with her. I'm like, she doesn't need more than one take because she's always perfect.
Yeah,
I'm like, she doesn't miss a beat. It's insane. She's incredible.
she is. What do you learn comedically from a woman like her? She's such a veteran and so talented.
Mhm. I mean, honestly, I wanted to learn. I was like, teach me your ways. Like, how do you do this? But part of me thinks she just is wired that way. It's just her, she's such a caring person. She's very empathetic. She's a really amazing woman. And I think part of it is she's so in it. She just sits in it. It's very subtle and it comes out so strong, which
Yeah.
is what's really amazing. She's so dry with it. I don't know. I wish I could do what she could do. I think she's just born with it.
Oh, you're getting there. You are really, I mean, honestly, I've been interviewing you. I remember when you came to Toronto for Patty Cake so many years
Yeah.
ago. And yeah, and my goodness, it's so wonderful to see all the things you're doing. And I have to say, I did not feel sorry for you one bit in this movie with your two lead actors. Give me a
I
break,
know.
Danielle.
I
Really?
know. I know. It wasn't hard. It's not a hard job sometimes, you know?
No. Like, I know you almost don't want to take a paycheck. I get it.
They're great. They're
Oh.
so sweet and fun. Like I just had
Yeah.
the best time on this job. I really did.
I can't imagine that you didn't. You have so much stuff coming out. Honestly, how do you choose these days what you want to do? Whether it's a mini series, which we're going to see you in The Tourist, you've got so many, films. We recently saw you in the I Am Woman film, which I loved so much. How do you choose these days?
I don't really know. I think if I fall in love with a script, it's instantly a yes to me. Just sometimes I read something and I'm so drawn in, I can't get enough. And then there's times where it's so appealing to me because it's so different than anything I've ever done before. And that's terrifying, but also exciting. I don't really know. I've been really lucky as well, just very fortunate to work with directors that want to use me in a job, and that's so exciting. And I don't know. I think a part of it is just being very lucky with the people around me, and then part of it is just kind of really trusting my gut on what I think I really feel is right for me. So
Yeah. Well, you're trusting your gut really well these days. You are so good in this film. I loved it. It's so much fun. I actually can't wait for my mother to see it because she's a huge opera fan. So I'm
um,
excited to share it. And thank you so
good.
much for your time today. It's always my pleasure to talk to you, Danielle. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was great talking to you again.
Have a great day. Okay.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye.
Bye.
Recording stopped.